The desire and the energy that we put right from the beginning in the game. We're really determined and focused. Left Thursday in the past and really determined to come play well and win the game.
Because that isn't easy to do, is it? They're human beings at the end of the day.
Absolutely, and after playing 120 minutes, you have to come back here and do it again against a team that obviously they have a lot of needs. They haven't got the results, but they've been really tough to beat the last 2 games, and we're really dominant and decided to win the game.
So Arsenal registered a 6th straight Premier League win to go 8 points clear at the top of the table. Perfect position to be in going into an international break. They were scintillating at times, Don.
Do you know, I had no doubt they'd beat them after watching Crystal Palace against Brighton, who only lost 1-0, but it felt like a 4 or 5. And I thought the way Arsenal were playing, 5 wins on the spin, playing a Crystal Palace side without a manager, and a little bit of turmoil, I must say, I was in no doubt Arsenal would win that game. It's a great win, and a 4-1 win that was very easy, no stress, no drama.
Gabriel Martinelli got them up and running.
Yeah, it's a brilliant first goal. Saka was the difference, though. I thought he was outstanding, him and Odegaard, but in particular Saka with the 2 goals and the assist. But they just couldn't handle him. Mitchell couldn't handle him all afternoon. He caused problems. And this looks like he just put it into an area, but this is brilliant. Joe Ward is not the quickest anyway, but once Martinelli shifts that onto his left foot, Whitworth in goal's got no chance. I'm in agreement with Don. I always thought Arsenal would win after the sacking of Patrick Vieira. I know we're going to talk about that, but I thought Arsenal were magnificent in that first half an hour.
Such a confident side.
Oh, of course they are.
Class, confident. They've got a little bit of swagger about them. And you've got to say, as it stands now, you make them big favourites to win the Premier League, the way they're playing.
Absolutely. Patience the key here for the second, was it not?
Yeah, big patience here. But you're going to see here, Wilfried Zaha, he switches off Manish. He switches, look, he's with him, and he reacts too late. And when Saka gets into that position, it's a calm, composed finish. And he's been brilliant. Into double figures this season, Saka. What a player, by the way.
For both, by the way.
For goals
and assists, yeah.
The first Premier League player to do so this season.
Terrific young player.
And he's only 21.
He's a credit, isn't he, to Arsenal Football Club, the way he conducts himself and the way he plays.
Xhaka got the third early in the second half. This basically killed off the contest, did it not?
Yeah, it's brilliant, though. Look at this, 1 and 2 touches. This is Xhaka, you know. Xhaka, who we thought was a holding midfielder, and now he's getting forward and scoring important goals. I think he does get fortunate because I think Ward does get back at him and he kicks it through his legs, but it's a good finish. The build-up play between him and Trossard's outstanding.
It's another part of their story. I mean, Granit Xhaka was finished.
Did you think he had a future then?
No chance. I thought he was done. Every Arsenal fan would have said, get rid, see the back of him. So what a turnaround.
Yeah. And then Saka with his second. How about this for a first-time finish?
This is brilliant. Tierney does well, though. Jesus came on, looked really lively, but Tierney just picks a pass. Most fullbacks
I'm not sure it should stand.
No, I agree with you, Dom, because Jesus is in Whitworth's eye line there, isn't he? The VAR did have a look at it, but I credit Saka. The finish is brilliant, to be fair.
A lovely pick out from Tierney. Again, the finish on the left foot. I think you're just looking at a group of players, Manish, that have got so much swagger and so much class and so much confidence. You actually enjoy watching them play. They're good football inside. You know that their manager wants a pure style of football. They're not interested in the other side of the game. They can mix it up when they need to. But I thought they've shown great character, I think, over the last 5, 6, 7 games. 1-0 down against Villa. 2-1 down against Villa, won it 4-2.
Yeah.
Just got over the line against Leicester. 1 or 2 little wobbles along the way, but 6 wins on the spin now. They're in a great place.
Question is, where does this leave Crystal Palace without a league win in 2023? That's 12 league games without a manager. Who do they turn to next, Clinton?
Well, all the odds, everyone talking about it might be Roy Hodgson from now to the end of the... Listen, I don't agree with the Patrick Vieira sacking. I know the chairman, Percy, I was speaking to him after it on message, and I said it was the wrong decision in my eyes. Because he's had such a tough run. He's played the top 10 teams. The next 9 games, they play all teams that are below them. I know we're looking at the next 6 games.
The next 6 are against those sides, also in the relegation.
Exactly.
Is it private, or can you say what he said in that conversation?
No, he just said it was one of the hardest decisions. I don't mind saying it. You know me, Don. One of the hardest decisions he's had to make, getting rid of Patrick Vieira. But I think, looking at it, we're different. We're from the outside. He's a businessman. He wants Palace to stay in the Premier League. No win in 12 has been really disappointing. But the run of fixtures they've got there...
Vieira must have been thinking... He must have been thinking, give me them games.
Well, first of all, listen, Arsenal, some were saying, was a free hit. Could they have done any worse under Patrick Vieira?
No. You know what I was saying, Don? They should have if they're going to sack him after the Arsenal game. Because you got a 2-week international break.
Yeah.
And you know what, Patrick Vieira, he sets up his teams ever so well, hard to beat. And I think it would have been, if they had done it then, then so be it. But I still think it's the wrong decision, Manish.
Is Roy Hodgson the answer, Don?
He'll make them organised, that's for sure. I wonder how some of the Crystal Palace players are feeling when you've had a boss like Roy Hodgson, who's very, very good, by the way.
Yeah.
And I think the job that he'd done at Crystal Palace in the period of time he was there just goes to show how well he actually done. Because you get Vieira in, who wanted to kick the club on and move forward, and he couldn't really do it. Their record is very similar, around about the same. So it shows how good of a coach he is. Has he got the fight for it? Because he didn't do particularly well and looked a little bit unwell when he was the Watford boss.
Yeah.
Quite sad
and
to see.
he failed to keep them up, didn't
Close. I think he's nearly 80. It's a struggle for him. Does Ray Lewington go back with him? Then how does...
But it's not a long-term answer.
No, it's a short-term fix.
No,
That's all it is.
Yeah, Don's right. To the end of the season,
That's
I think
all it will be.
Yeah,
It's whether you go with Roy, who Steve Parish owners obviously know and they know the relationship and what he'll bring, or do you give it to Paddy McCarthy or a Sean Derry, someone from within, and try and galvanise some results over the next 5 or 6?
Yeah.
It depends on how they see it. Both within could do a job with them fixtures coming up. Roy Hodgson certainly could do a job, but it's not a long-term solution.
They're only safe by 3 points. It's a huge appointment next.